or spiritual wisdom. Today, the topic is, friends, explanation about the Patanjali Ashtanga Rajayoga. Rajayoga, Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, my dear friends. So today we'll be discussing in detail about the Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, my dear friends. So hope you all came back from meditation. I'm not seeing anybody's videos here, so I do not know whether you came back. Can you switch on your videos? Yeah. Switch on and sit. So how do you sit in the class? Will you close? Will you close and sit in your class? Any class, physical class? Are you going to sit with the hiding face and all these things? Right? Nothing, right? You have to sit like that. When you come to the class, open your video. Audio is not required. Whenever audio required, then we will discuss. Otherwise, at least the video should be there. You are listening to the class. You are going to the class. You are learning to the class, right? All this is very important. Otherwise, there is no meaning for it. Suppose you are hearing here and something else you are doing, then what will get? So we want to make sure that everybody is listening carefully and understanding. And day by day, you are learning the spiritual science and you are growing in the spiritual path. You are enhancing yourself to the path of spirituality. All that is very important for the master to teach, right? So that's why we always say open the video and keep it. We'll make sure that so you'll be able to understand the way you are participating in the class, right? So let's start. So my dear friends, the Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, we all know about this. Many of us might have heard Patanjali Maharishi, isn't it? And now and then we also heard about the Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, Ashtanga Raja Yoga. Many of us might have heard these words basically. Yes, of course. But when we are discussing today, you'll get full clarity, absolute clarity about this Ashtanga Yoga, how it is going to help you in the field of spirituality, in the spiritual science, the spiritual path. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are practicing day to day, this Anapanasati meditation, how does it make sense? How does it take you, or how does it elevate you in the spirituality? How does it elevate your consciousness day by day? So what is the inner understanding of this technique, Anapanasati technique, that is described in the form of Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga? In fact, Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga is taught by Patanjali Maharishi way back in 5,000 years ago. He has taught to the entire world. He is the Pitamaha. He is the founder of the yoga on this earth planet, my dear friends. So he has descended to the earth planet in order to teach the yoga to the whole of humanity. That's what he has done it successfully. Still 5,000 years ago, he has taught. Did you see anything, any science or whatever so-called development, anything which is taught 5,000 years ago? Is it still alive? Anything else can you show it up? Can you show or can you try to example it? It's impossible, friends. But yoga is still surviving. Yoga is still living on this earth planet. For last even 5,000 years ago, it was taught, but still it is living on the earth planet. You can imagine the power of that, power of this science, power of spiritual science, basically. Yoga, spiritual science, everything is one and same. No need to confuse, no need to get confused. Yoga and spirituality, spiritual science, all are one and the same. They are synonymous, basically. So that is the so-called efficacy, the sacredness, and the greatness of the so-called yoga, friends. Yoga means the word yoga. What is the definition of yoga? The word literal meaning is union, combining, joining. What joining? What to what? Which to which? That's what we need to understand. In day-to-day life, you are learning here. Your mind is joining with respect to the class. It's also union. Your mind is perfectly involved into this class. No, basically you are hearing completely. You have kept your mind here with respect to the lesson going on here. So it's also called union, joining. You are joining perfectly. Without you join your mind, without your presence of mind in this class, you can't learn anymore, isn't it? Similarly, friends. So likewise, the union of one to other, joining of one to other, one item or one aspect to other aspect, or one thing to other thing. That is nothing but yoga. Now, with respect to spirituality, what are the things which get which get joined all the time? When we are practicing meditation, what happens is we try to join the breath, especially our attention to the breath. We keep our attention on the breath. That means my mind and breath both are joined together. They are kept at one place. Basically, I am keeping my attention with the breath. It means my mind, especially, is focused completely on the breath. Both are joined now. When they join together, then only the thoughts become zero. Otherwise, it is impossible. Because breath and thoughts are interlinked. If the rate of the breath of the rate of the flow of the breath is high, your number of thoughts going through the mind is always high. If the rate of the flow of the breath is slowed down, the number of thoughts also will be slowed down drastically, gradually. So that's where we need to understand always. So there's a union, perfect union of your mind with the breath, your attention with the breath. Basically, these two are joined. This is called yoga. Not only that, when I observe this, when I do this, what happens? I receive huge amount of cosmic energy. And slowly, what will happen is the consciousness within me, basically, I switch off my mind, no more thoughts, there's nothing, there's no consciousness involvement here. I go beyond consciousness, I travel beyond consciousness, I get merged with the so-called consciousness. It means I'm myself. That means my entire focus, everything merged with the consciousness now. There's no question of the body consciousness. There's no question of mind consciousness. Both are lost. Now I get joined, I get merged with the so-called the soul consciousness, friends. So-called soul consciousness or energy consciousness. Now, so when I join with the soul consciousness, there is nothing but meditation. There's nothing but meditation. That's called yoga again. So that means also we say that whenever we go on do this practice of meditation, then finally we attain something called the salvation, liberation, moksha, mukti. So what happens at that point of time? I know about myself. I know that I'm an individual consciousness, individual soul consciousness. Then knowing that if I still practicing, if I keep practicing my meditation, if I continue my path of spirituality, then what happens is I merge with the super consciousness. It's called Paramatma. Joining Atma with Paramatma is also called yoga. It's also called union. That's a union, one of the union. So that is called yoga. It is termed as yoga, my dear friends. So it means the yoga means joining one to other. So my individual soul consciousness getting joined, getting merged with the super consciousness called Paramatma, that is also yoga. So that is the final ultimate goal of yoga. How do we achieve this? Yes, there is a way. There's a way, the perfect way, which is taught by Patanjali Maharshi way back 5,000 years ago. So that's what. So the same, that's called eight step yoga. There's 8 step yoga is called Ashtanga yoga basically. Ashtanga means 8 step, my dear friends. So this 8 step yoga, Raja Yoga, Ashtanga yoga, exactly taught by Patanjali Maharshi. That is what we are going to learn today, step by step. Briefly, we are going to learn because we will not have much time. So if I keep on describing every aspect, it may take hours together. In fact, we can talk about this one step continuously. We can talk one step, minimum half an hour to 45 minutes. But I have 8 steps to complete now. Okay, so let's go one by one briefly, my dear friends. So what happens is, friends, so when we describe this Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, in fact, the order in which Patanjali Maharshi taught to the entire world are in the form of 8 steps, as I mentioned here, as I mentioned now. So these steps are The 8 steps of this Patanjali Ashtanga Rajayoga are Yama, Niyama, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So these are the things, my dear friends. They are the 8 steps. One is Yama, Niyama, right? Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Samadhi, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. That means total 8 steps. Okay. Please note down if you wanted. Okay. Hope you remember this now. Once again, I'll repeat. Number 1, Yama, Niyama, right? Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, right? Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Okay. These are the 8 steps. Remember this. So in these 8 steps, friends, the order in which Patanjali Maharshi taught Yama, Niyama, it starts with Yama, Niyama. Okay. What is Yama? What is Niyama? If you try to understand, these are the principles or regulations of every human life, my dear friends. So these are the principles or conditions of every human life. So if you want to learn this and then start doing the so-called asana, pranayama, pratyahara, it is quite impossible in the modern days. So for example, Yama. Yama means what happens? So we say that Satya, Ahimsa, right? Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, right? So these are the part of Yama. We have to speak truth only. We should not do any violence. Okay. So if you try to learn all these principles, if you want to become truthful, and then that means what? So you should not speak any kind of unnecessary things. The way you speak must be pure, always be truthful, right? And you should be always in the non-violent, always in the non-violence. That's also very important. Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means what? Should be always living in the so-called Brahmacharya means Brahma consciousness, basically. That means you must be living with Atmic consciousness always, right? So if you want to do this, friends, what happens is Yama will have again 5 steps. Niyama also will have 5 steps. So like this, right? So if you take Niyama, after Yama, Niyama comes. So what is Niyama is having? Santosha, Saucha, right? So Iswar Pranidhana. So these are the again 5 more steps are there. So again there what happens is you want to be Santosha, Saucha. Santosha means what? We have to be always happy. Saucha means we have to be always the cleanliness, right? And Iswar Pranidhana, Swadhyaya, Iswar Pranidhana. So it means Iswara Pranidhana means always I must be living with the Iswara consciousness, right? So if you want to follow this, if you want to achieve this Yama Nema before this so-called asana, friends, it's very difficult. That is what happened. Many people don't practice this yoga, Ashtanga yoga or whatever yoga, they don't practice because olden days it was possible because there were Gurukulas. In the Gurukulas, students are kept up from the age of 10 to 20, 25 years. Then what happened? They were keep learning and they were trying to purify themselves, inner and outer, both ways. They were getting purified. So that's how they were able to achieve the Yama Niyama, right? Yama Niyama means we must be achieving all the good principles of life, the good controls of life, regulations of life. I must be truthful. I must not waste time. I must be living in the Brahma consciousness, Atmic consciousness, right? I must be always happy, blissful. I don't talk I mean, so I don't waste any time. I'll be always living in the Iswara consciousness. I'll be doing Swadhyaya all the time, isn't it? I must be the clean inside and outside. How do you achieve all these things? By way of, by way of spending time. So in the lower ages, in the earlier ages, in the previous, the Gurukulas, when the Gurukulas was there in the ancient India, it was very much possible. Now in the current days, what happened, friends? The modern world doesn't have that facility. Okay, what happens? Everybody is growing in the house only, having all the variety of situations here. So you have no control on Yama Niyama. It is highly impossible. Even parents didn't get this Yama Niyama. Parents could not get this Yama Niyama. How do you expect that children will get the Yama Niyama? And then only you start asana. So that's how Patanjali designed. Patanjali has designed this 8-step process like this. But making applicable this, the all these 8 steps with respect to the so-called modern life. So our beloved Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji, has redesigned or rearranged this 8 step in the following manner, my dear friends. So let's understand that. What exactly is that? So what did he say is follow this procedure, follow the different way of, these 8 steps are rearranged basically, which is very convenient for everybody. Even right from the age of 5 till the last breath, you can definitely practice this so-called Ashtanga yoga in the certain format. Okay, so that's what we try to learn today, briefly about each step in the way that it is arranged by PSSM and our beloved Guruji. What is that order? That is asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, yama, niyama. See how it's arranged. Yama, niyama is arranged at the last. Okay. So why do we do that? Because see what happens is, now let me start for the first step, asana. See friends, when we are doing meditation, right? We are doing meditation. So what is happening is Anapanasati meditation. I always say that sit in the Sthira Sukha Asana. I say this particular, isn't it? So what is Sthira Sukha Asana? Here, generally, people are confused that if you say Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, asana means they are confused that asana means it's all the physical asanas. Yes, of course, physical asanas are important in order to keep you physically fit and fine. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. You can practice it. But part of this Ashtanga Raja Yoga, what is the meaning of asana exactly? That is Sthira Sukha Asana. Sit straight, body erected, back erected, sit straight. So like what is the posture? Clasping the hands, crossing the legs, sit straight without shaking the body. Okay, you must be stable for next 45 minutes in meditation. Is it? So in the practice of the meditation, so that is called asana, the perfect asana. Asana means asana siddhi. What is asana siddhi? You must be able to sit more time in that single posture, the stable posture. That is called asana, my dear friends. Now, you have completed asana. That means I made my body stand still in a perfect asana. So that's the first step. Okay. Now, let's understand next step. That is pranayama. What is pranayama, friends? So what happens is, now I made my entire system, my body stand still. I close my eyes also. Now I'm starting observing my natural breath. This is the breath which is just going on, coming out and going on, right? Going in and coming out. That is actually the natural breath. So since it's a natural breath, it's very like, easy going, coming in, going in, coming out. It's called Sukhamaya Pranayama. Whatever I'm observing the breath, okay, I'm observing the breath. I say that after sitting, no, after sitting stably. So then what do I say every day? Try observing your natural breath. It means do the pranayama, but it is not forceful pranayama. It is not controlled pranayama. It is just a natural observation of the breath. This is called Sukhamaya Pranayama. That is the meaning of second step in the Ashtanga, the Patanjali Ashtanga Raja Yoga, friends. It means I am doing a Sukhamaya Pranayama now. So in the Sukhamaya Pranayama, when I go inside, what happened? My mind becomes empty. I try to receive some cosmic energy, isn't it? So when I go into deeper into meditation, what happened? Definitely. So when I go deeper into meditation, I receive huge amount of cosmic energy. As per the third law of meditation, what I described earlier, I receive good amount of cosmic energy through the Brahmarandra, so-called the Sahasrara Chakra. It comes within me. Then what happens? I try to see something like, so I try to see some colors, visions, images, something and all I'll be seeing. Though my eyes are closed, my body is stable, but I'm able to see something else, right? So this is called pratyahara. That means I'm entering into the next state. I'm entering into the next state of my process, so-called my so-called yogic process. I'm entering into third state now. With the same Anapanasati meditation, I am trying to describe all these 8 steps. Or first of all, the first 6 steps. I'm going to describe very clearly. Please observe carefully. Please note it down very carefully. Okay, note it down and remember very carefully. So now I'm entering into with a continuous practice of meditation. If I continue doing it, my meditation, I enter into so-called pratyahara. What is pratyahara? Pratyahara means the complete withdrawal of all the senses. Outer senses is gone. All the outer senses is gone. My eyes are closed, my ears are not working, and of course, I'm not taking any smell, whatever coming in, isn't it? My eyes are not observing anything. My eyes are not capturing anything. My mind is also not working. In fact, mind is a sixth sense. The five senses, beyond five senses, the mind is a sixth sense. Sixth sense also closed now. That means my mind is also closed. Now, what else is there? Everything is closed outside. All the outside doors are closed. Outside sources are closed, right? So that means, so I'm not getting any input from anywhere else to my system, especially. But I'm able to see inside something. I'm able to see inside something, as something is going on within me, right? So that means my inner journey started. That is the process of starting inner journey, basically, right? This is happening, this is called pratyahara. Pratyahara means withdrawal of all the senses, and also I'm getting pratya plus ahara. Pratya means opposite, ahara means food. I am receiving the opposite food. See, the all outside food for my physical body, for my brain, what exactly it is? All my outer senses along with the mind is the outside food, outside so-called outside input for my system. But I am getting the inside food, opposite food. That's called pratyahara. Pratyahara. I'm able to get the inner visions, inner seeing, inner voices, inner messages, inner so-called inner views, inner images. Everything I'm getting inside, rather than getting from outside. Okay, this is called pratyahara. Very simply, is a very clearly defined, my friends. Now, if I go on practice for meditation, then I keep getting all these things. Then I keep seeing all those things, observing those things. I go deeper into this. My full concentration, my full focus will be onto this inner images, inner views, inner voices, whatever going on inside. So that I'm getting into deeper into I'm going to the deeperness of all this, whatever I'm seeing inside, my deepest concentration, all this inner things, what is happening is called dharana, pratyahara. So I'm entering into the other state called dharana. If I continue my practice of meditation, I will enter into something called dharana. So with the dharana practice, my dear friends, dharana means what? Focus, right? Many other outside organizations, yoga organizations, whatever institutions, they differ in different way. Okay, so you can observe this difference when you go and listen to any other, Patanjali Ashtanga yoga outside in the YouTube and all. You won't get all this explanation, definitely. Okay, so right, friends, dharana means, so whatever I'm seeing inside, with the closed eyes, I'm able to see, I'm able to visualize, I'm able to hear a lot of things inside going on. I'm now continuously focusing on them since I'm continuing my meditation, right? So I'm keep focusing on them. So then I get into deeperness of meditation. I receive much more cosmic energy. So this is called dharana. The dharana means a deep concentration is called dharana, my dear friends. Now, so this is a state I entered. So when I entered that state, my dear friends, then something happened to me. The state happens to me. That is called meditation. When I enter into the state of dharana, so when I go into the deeperness of this dharana, a dharana state, if I go deeper inside the dharana state, what happens is the obviously something happens within me. It happens. I don't need to do, right? So that state is called meditation, dhyana. Dhyana. What is dhyana? Dhyana means dhi plus yana. So dhyana is a Sanskrit word. Meditation is an English word, but dhyana means D-H-E-E plus yana. Dhyana, D plus yana. Dhi means buddhi, intellect, or in other words. So dhi is equal to the so-called astral body and causal body. The combination of astral body and causal body, friends. So whenever you go into the deepest, so after dharana, when you enter into the state called meditation, friends, so you enter into the deep state of meditation, you forget the entire world, the whole outside world is cut off now. Now you are nowhere identified with your body, with your mind, nothing. You lose your identity, basically, right? When you get into that state, what happened, friends? From our side, from our system, from human system, what happened? There are two bodies. They're all spiritual bodies. Okay, so this out of those spiritual bodies, especially other than this physical body and etheric body, physical body and etheric body will not go anywhere. They are physically limited to the confined to the physical earth plane, my dear friends. Now, so other two bodies, that is astral body and causal body, they leave my system. That means in that altered state of consciousness where I am sitting, I'm sitting stably. I entered into the so-called Dhyana state. After Dharana state, I entered into Dhyana state. That is where the astral body and causal body leave my system, leave my physical body. Basically, they leave and travel to the other planes of existence, so-called other spiritual planes, or other so-called Atma Lokas, the other spirit worlds. Basically, they go to the other spirit worlds and they travel. Basically, it's called astral travel, my dear friends. That is where I understand. When I go to that state, then I understand. What I understand is that is my real form. That is me. I am that. I am that. I am not this physical body. I am not this mind, so-called physical mind. I am not this intellect. I am beyond all this now. I understood because I got this astral travel and astral body, causal body. Togetherly, I'm making something called astral travel. The plus yana. Dhyana I am doing now. The plus yana. Right? Yana means prayana. So when I'm doing that, then I will understand my realist form, my true form, my reality, original reality. I will understand. Then I become fearless, fearless, so-called no disappointment, no kind of a rejections, right? So no kind of a everything is acceptable. So like I reached the state called everything is okay for me. I reached the so-called acceptance. True acceptance will start within me. And then, so when I understand that state, my dear friends, what will happen is now I understood my real form. I am the soul consciousness. I'm not this body. I'm not this mind. I'm not this intellect. I am way beyond all these things. So my realist form, my truest form is soul consciousness. And I come to that understanding basically with this after by entering into dhyana. Then further, if I continue my meditation, friends, what happens is I also understand the same soul consciousness exists in everything around me. I come to that understanding. Okay, I come to that understanding. I enter into that state of my mind will enter into that state of being. So that is called basically, friends. That is called samadhi sthiti. What is that? Samadhi sthiti. What is samadhi sthiti? Samadhana sthiti. Samadhana sthiti is called samadhi. That means I get all my answers to all my questions. What are the questions? My past lives, my future lives, my current life, the purpose of my current life, and what for I am came here, what need to be done by myself, right? What is my goal of life, my goal, purpose of life, everything will understand. And all my past life understand, all my future lives, what is going to be, everything I will understand. I will also understand about my near and dear ones, friends. If I put a question, I'll get answer. Okay, so that is called samadhi sthiti. If we enter into samadhi sthiti, friends, samadhana sthiti, that means getting answers for every one of your questions. Again, there are two states of samadhi sthiti. One is savikalpa samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, friends. So in the especially savikalpa samadhi, there are some more questions pending for you. There are some more questions will be lying pending for you. So those questions are not answered. For example, your mother has passed away, right? So anybody, mother passed away. Then she reached the so-called spirit world. You are able to communicate, but you don't know what is her future plan or what is her future life. You will not be able to understand it. That means you have that particular question pending for you, right? What is her life journey for later on? So that you will not be knowing because you don't have that much depth, that much answers available for you, right? So that means some of the answers are not available. Still, some of the questions are pending for you. That is called savikalpa samadhi. Savikalpa samadhi. Now, what is the nirvikalpa samadhi? Friends, with a rigorous practice, much more practice of meditation, it leads to you so-called nirvikalpa samadhi, wherein you have got absolute answers for all the questions. 100%. You have all the answers for all the questions in your life. In everybody related to everybody, in anybody's life. For example, any other people, any other near and dear ones related to them, related to the entire cosmos, basically. Related to the entire cosmos, your questions and your answers, everything available with you. Within you, everything you have made it available. That is called nirvikalpa samadhi, my dear friends. So with this, once we reach to this state, my dear friends, so-called samadhi sthiti, then we are perfectly, we become perfectly all right. The human life, the essence of human life is achieved. That is sarthakata. That means, so Manava Janma, that is, the human life is made completely satisfied, completely fulfilled, you can say, my dear friends, right? The purpose of human life is fulfilled now. So you became a master, You become the master without any doubt. You become the master. Then you are master of your mind, master of your life. You become, friends. So then once you achieve this state, obviously, friends, this yama nema comes into the place. It comes into the place automatically, right? What does yama says? So you have to speak only truth. You have to lead only non-violence. You have to lead the brahmacharya, right? Brahmacharya. So aparigraha is there. Aparigraha means I'm not in a mood of stealing other people properties, right? So I don't need position of other people properties like this. These are the yama, part of yama. Nema, what it says? Nema says that saucha, santosha, right? Swadhyaya, Iswar Pranidhana, all this it says, isn't it? So when it says all these things, saucha, santosha, saucha means cleanliness, santosha means I have to be blissful always. Yes, of course. I'm a master. I got into samadhi state. Definitely I'll be happy all the time, right? So this yama, niyama, you don't need to do anything separately for their friends. In order to achieve yama, niyama, what you need to do is do your anapanasati meditation as I described now, right? Do every day with a consistent practice of meditation. Yama, niyama can be fulfilled automatically by default. That's what I am trying to explain to you, friends. Okay. So likewise, friends, this Ashtanga yoga, the entire anapanasati meditation, what we are doing every day, if you follow perfectly the Patanjali Ashtanga yoga, you are exactly truly following it, my dear friends. You are truly following it, you will achieve the desired state of your mind. You can reach to the samadhi sthiti with this anapanasati meditation alone. That itself is Patanjali Ashtanga yoga, my dear friends. Okay, there is no difference. That's what I would like to tell all of you. And through this session, I would like to now I want to conclude the session now, my dear friends. So thank you very much. Dhanyavad. Right. Right. So you can unmute yourself and talk. Okay. Anybody want to express or you want to ask any question?
Thank you, sir, for your speech and valuable information. I have a question, sir. My name is Lakshmi. Sir, I saw in a message, sir, that when Arjuna has prayed for Lord Shiva for Paspastram, and when Lord Shiva have appeared before Arjuna, Arjuna said, "Give me moksha also with Paspastram." Then Shiva said, "You didn't achieve that much meditation or that much value in you that you can get moksha. So I am giving only Pashpastra to you. Till now, what you did, Punyakaram or meditation or the power, you have until you get the Pashpastra only, not more than that."
Okay.
For Arjuna only, we are getting, when Lord Shiva appears only, he said, "You have this much only, the meditation power or willing power to get the achievements." And what about ourselves, sir? We are doing meditations and we are in our daily routine life. Not that much meditation we are doing, sir. Daily 1 hour and in our daily home. Then how we can assume that what we achieved till now in our meditation and how we can achieve our goal and how till how much we must go forward, sir. That I want to know.
Yes. So see, to answer your question, as I told you, this is the process which we will follow in the Anapanasati meditation. But in order to achieve the moksha, right, it takes not one life. Okay, it takes hundreds of lives. That's why. So in the soul evolution, I described very clearly. I explained very clearly. It takes hundreds of lives, 400 lives nearly. That means 40,000 years. It is more. It is near about 2 yugas. It will take to get the salvation or moksha. So in this life, we all met here. We are discussing, and you will also learn from me, and you will go back and you will forget. You may forget or you may continue. I'm not telling that everyone do that. Okay. So then what happened? You lose this wisdom, and then you don't follow it, and then you go into your own physical life and your own materialistic life or whatever it may be. So though of course you may be happy, no problem, right? No problem that you have no issues in even materialistic life. You can be happy and you can lead your life. But what happens there is in materialistic life, there are many chances that you may commit some kind of a mistakes or negative karmas, and without your own awareness, you don't have much awareness in the materialistic life. when somebody is leading the materialistic life, what happens is you are you are living in the with the greatest positions around you, positiveness basically, and also unawareness is the greatest risk in the physical life or so-called materialistic life that leads to a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors basically with respect to spirituality when we speak, right? So that's how what happens, friends. Every life, so you may lose many lives like this. I'm telling you, without your awareness, you yourself or any soul. For a given example, any soul which comes to that planet or any other planet in the universe, it goes through so many lives. Okay, you don't need to worry. No hurry also. No worry, no hurry. Okay, so nothing to worry, nothing to hurry. So just keep learning. So, but somehow you joined in this class. It means you are matured enough, you are matured enough, you are able to understand. That means this level of consciousness within you has grown up. It is in the matured state now. So this is the state you must continue. You must not go back. If you go back, and let me tell you, knowing better, knowing things in a greater things, knowing, if you are not continuing, and that means you are committing so-called the greatest sin. And let me tell you, the other people with unawareness, what kind of sins they commit, the sin what you commit, knowing the spirituality, knowing the higher state of consciousness, if you don't continue, what happens is you are going to commit bigger sin than them, bigger sin, larger sin than the other normal people. Let me tell you. So that's why be careful. Okay, from now, that's why I'm telling you, spiritual path is first of all alone. Spiritual path is the so-called, you can say like a uh, you know dreadful path, not easy path. Okay, it's a path with thorns, right? It's a path with not like a, you can say like a bed of roses, just it's not like that. So you have to be really careful from this now onwards. Okay, otherwise you will fall back again. You will fall back to the, say, many lives. You can fall back. You will fall back, and then again you have to restart. So anyhow, to answer your question, it takes a lot of time. Don't worry. Okay, keep practicing it. That's all.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, that-
And one more thing, sir.
yeah.
And how we can continue with this, sir? Because in our daily routine life, we are missing 1 or 2 hours. Means to attend 1 or 2 classes, we may miss due to a hectic schedule or in the daily life or with the family. Then how we have to continue further, sir, without
See,
falling down?
you have to practice this meditation in the night time. Okay, night time after everybody slept, so you have no physical works. You have no connectivity with the materialistic world at itself. First of all, your wife, your husband, your
Sorry,
children,
sir, not able to hear.
not able to hear. Voice is not clear. Are you able to hear now? Are you able to hear? Sam Sundarji, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear
Yes,
now?
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
See, what happens is,
Yes, sir.
you want to give more time to yourself. The best time to give yourself is you eat lighter in the night time, and you allocate 4 continuous hours for meditation before getting into the bed, or otherwise wake up early, like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Just take a 4 5 hours, meditate, 4 5 hours sleep. Then, of course, if you eat lightly and natural food, if you try to eat, then the body will facilitate that. Otherwise, if you eat, the any cooked food and which is little rotten cooked food and hard food, then what happen? The digestion, all the physical body itself will not cooperate for to sit stably. Okay, in the meditation. So having light food, so liquid foods, and then spending 3 to 4 hours continuously in the night time is the best time for your own practice, giving it to your own practice and elevating yourself with respect to your consciousness. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you will never fall back. Remember this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Anybody want to ask any question? Yes. Did you understand subject today? The subject? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Right. Okay. So, okay, friends. Thank you so much. Dhanyavad. So, let's meet tomorrow. Good night. Subharat.